Hey guys, it's Catherine from 85th and Pine, and today I'm going to be engraving this doormat. I did have to cut it for it to fit into my Glowforge machine, but if you have a Glowforge Pro, you won't have to cut it. The original measurements of this was 30 by 17 inches, but I cut it down to 23 inches by 14 inches. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I first need to measure in between these two rails right here because the arm is going to need to be able to move. So I need to have it fit in between those. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball it and measure. And it's at the 23-inch mark, so we're going to go with that. Okay, so first I'm going to take you through the setup process of this doormat that I bought on Amazon. It's obviously too big for the Glowforge, so I have to cut it to fit in the bed properly. So first I'm going to measure the mat and cut it at the 23-inch mark right here. So I'm just going to draw with a Sharpie, which I already did at the 23-inch mark. And I'm just going to take my razor blade or box cutter and go ahead and cut along this line right here. So this is going to be the doormat that I'm going to be using to engrave, but first I'm going to test it out on this spare piece that I have just to see what settings I need to do and if I need to adjust it.
Go ahead.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and see how it fits and if we have to adjust it at all. It fits pretty snugly, and we're gonna make sure it moves okay. And it moves just fine. If you need to, you can always cut it a little bit more, but this works pretty good. Okay, so I'm doing a test cut first on the scrap piece that I cut. And I took out the crumb tray and put in 7 1/8 inch sheets of wood underneath, just to see how that would go with engraving and the height and everything. So like I said, this is a test cut. We'll see if it even works and we'll go from there. Alright, so I think I'm actually pretty happy with how it turned out for the first try. I'm going to be using this in my final design, so I think you can see it pretty clearly. It's a bat with the letter K. So I think I'm going to go ahead and move forward with printing on the actual mat. Alright, so as you can see, I did place it on top of 7 boards of plywood that are 1/8 inch. And I did a test cut that worked out well. And I placed this mat evenly between the rails of the arm so that they aren't touching, and so that the arm will be able to move freely back and forth as it's going. So also, if you see that it's not moving freely before you start the machine, you'll maybe have to trim the edges here with scissors just to get any extra debris off. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start engraving. link to where I bought this in the description box below, and I'll also have the settings that I used for you to use as well. And if you're planning on buying your own Glowforge or are interested in making something like this yourself and buying a Glowforge, please feel free to use my referral code that's listed in the description box below on where you can get money off. Plus, I'll get credits too, which my family and I would truly appreciate. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.